Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Now, I remember going back about 7 years ago, Tucson having knock and talk, where they come knock on the door, predominantly in middle-class neighborhoods in the middle of the day, intimidating women to let them in to, quote, search and inspect guns. A, were you aware of that? And B, what can we do to stop that?
Wow, I was not aware of that, Alex. I in Arizona, this is not even constitutional, but I'm complying. You have to have a CCW permit, a concealed weapons carry permit to carry, and which I have had since the onset of that, because I carry with me everywhere. I carry into the Capitol, into my office in the Senate.
Good.
And there's been a lot of controversy about that. But there does happen to be another woman that's a Democrat that does the same thing, so they haven't been able to get on me too bad about it. But, boy, I did not know about any, checking for guns in Tucson.
Well, have you heard of the latest, how they're doing it in Oakland, how they're doing it in Dallas, how they're doing it in D.C., Boston, where they come and ask to come in and inspect your guns or ask to see if you've got illegal guns? Well, my point is that actually started in Tucson and Dallas. First time I saw it on the radar was about 6-7 years ago. I'd have to pull the reports up. But look how far we've come with the Second Amendment, that it's weird that a state senator who's obviously under real threat by nuts and criminals, because that is who gets targeted, that it's weird that you would have a gun, but not that cops would have guns. That's how domesticated we've got. These chicken-necked liberals, these domesticated slaves, they're not real liberals. They see a citizen with a gun and they cower in fear, but they see a guy in a black ski mask and a stormtrooper outfit and they feel safe. What happened to you, America? Your comments on that?
Boy, I tell you, I don't know, because I do know that we caused an extreme amount of controversy a little earlier this year in our legislative session. I tried to run a bill that would have allowed anybody that comes onto a school campus from, kindergarten all the way up through the university level, if they had a CCW permit, to be able to carry that. Because, right now our schools are gun-free zones, which is just an open invitation to all the nuts. And, oh, my gosh, you would have thought that I had started World War III. I mean, it was really something down here at the Capitol. People came unglued about that, and it got out of committee, but it never did get to the floor. We have very weak leadership in our Senate, and they would not bring the bill to the floor because many Republicans would have to vote for it if it got up on the board, but they didn't want to have to vote for it because it would have been tough for them on re-elections. Well,
Karen, you're just an amazing person, and I just want to thank you and praise you for all you've done. You've just had amazing courage. I'm sad to hear that you're going to be retiring from the Senate.
Oh, Alex, I appreciate that. My husband and I have 11 children. We're expecting our 34th grandchild.
Wow.
I've got a lot of training and a lot of education to do with the kids. I mean, they're not where they need to be, and they're our future, and I feel like I've got a lot of work there. But 12 years in the legislature, I've run out of patience, Alex.
No, but I totally understand. I mean, you're, I would imagine, a very powerful, very, assertive person, very, just wonderful. So Big Mama needs to be there to make sure everybody grows up well. We need the matriarch.
That's very kind. Well, we'll keep involved in every way we can. I do a lot of work in Eagle Forum out here in Arizona, and we have a lot of meetings, and we're trying to reach and educate a lot of people.
What are you hearing from fellow members of Eagle Forum when you come out and question the official fable?
Well, I think there's a lot of the gals that are state chairmen, that I work with, that probably have very strong feelings that way too. And I'd like to see us get into a little bit more of that as an organization, and I hope that we'll do so. I mean, some of the ladies are a little bit tentative, but we're not that way out here. You won't find that in Nevada or Utah or Arizona or California. I mean, those Eagle Forum presidents in those states are pretty hardcore, Alex. Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I guess what are they call them neocons now or whatever, but I mean, it's just sickening. I mean, Fox News is, I've just never seen such a ridiculous network. Well, all of it really is. It's the internet and programs like yourself and News with Views and, you know, little bit WorldNet Daily used to be better, but it still has some good things. But anyway, it's you've got to go out and seek the information because it's out there, and you can educate yourself if you truly have a desire to do so.
Folks, I give you out her congressional website. The easiest thing to do is just say Senator Karen Johnson, and it comes up. Where would you like to see the 9/11 investigation go? The UN's talking about an investigation now, and I think that's okay if it brings it out, but I don't want them to claim jurisdiction over this country. We need to have an investigation by the states, at the federal level. It is not the purview, I think, of the UN to have an investigation.
Oh, Alex, yeah, I agree with you. The UN, that just always gives me the willy-nillys. I would like to see, I guess, probably a grand jury, maybe a state grand jury that then could call for a federal grand jury investigation. I certainly don't want government appointees involved. I mean, we had enough of that, you know, with Keene and Hamilton and some of those folks that even now are questioning the information that they received. So I would hope that we could get some private individuals. Love to see some folks like the Jersey Girls, you know, able to do some things with the information they've been able to get.
Senator Karen Johnson, stay there. Final segment with this amazing hero, Senator Karen Johnson. Google that, or you can simply go to azleg.state.az.us. You can find her there. We'll be right back with Karen Johnson. By the way, when they have curfews in major cities for adults, that's martial law. When the cops are coming to your door wanting to, quote, look for illegal guns, that's martial law without a warrant. When the police want to stop you and, quote, do a routine check, that's martial law. That means the Bill of Rights isn't in force. And I'm not against the police and military, but I am angry at how you're letting the globalists, these global corporations, take over our country. Karen, in the time we've got left, I mean, give me your thoughts on 9/11, any other points, I mean, whatever you think's most important.
Well, I just think that we've got just a monumental amount of questions out there that are unanswered. I've had some very nice visits with Professor Stephen Jones. I've tried to attend a lot of different conferences, like Dale Griffin was out here, and Stephen Jones, and there have been others that have come here to the Phoenix area, and they've been very, very well attended. I've been just really encouraged by it. It was standing room only. We had Ray McGovern here, several weeks ago, and it was in a huge church, and you could not even find a place to sit. So people are waking up. I really believe it now. Whether or not it's going to be in time or we can stop any of this, I don't know, but we've certainly got to try. I mean, that's our destiny. That's what we have to do. We have to get out and try to stop all of this and return our government back to what our founding fathers intended it to be, and that's my goal.
Well, I agree with you, and I want everybody to understand something. The left has woken up to government evil under Bush, but they need to know that Bush is just a puppet, and under Hillary or Obama, it's probably going to be the same or even worse. Each president gets worse because things are getting worse. The globalists are making their move. They're looting this country, and people need to understand this is a bipartisan New World Order. Can I get your take on that, Senator?
Oh, you hit the nail right on the head, Alex. By 2010 is when they plan to have us moved into this North American Union, which is a European Union for us with Canada and Mexico and on and on. And as far as the Democrats and Republicans, I mean, there's times when I'm ashamed to even say I'm a Republican because of the connection with the Bushites and those people, the neocons that have been running things and destroying this country. But your Democrats are just as culpable. And I don't know why people think they have to choose between one or the other. I mean, we had a candidate. We had Dr. Ron Paul, a man that truly believes in this country and understands, the Federal Reserve System, how bad it is, and on, the Constitution, and yet the people rejected that. I don't know whether it's because, of course, the controlled media never really got the information out the way it should have been, but we've just got to keep working at it.
I agree. Senator, can I keep you 5 more minutes, or do you have to go?
Oh, sure. 5 more minutes is fine.
We got a 70-second break, and then we'll come back to you, but we've still got some time now. Ron Paul has won, though. I mean, he got the word out.
Yes.
Tens of millions woke up. I want the supporters to know that we've still had a big victory. Do you agree?
I do, definitely. Let me tell you, here in Arizona, I was the co-chairman for his campaign here in Arizona, and it was amazing, the response that we got from the people here. I mean, oh my goodness, we had him out here 3 or 4 different times in the early spring, and as, once again, standing room only. But the people we had neighborhood meetings all over the place, and the homes were just packed, and it was very encouraging to see how strong the people felt about what was happening to this country.
Stay there, Senator. We'll be right back.